Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. Finally in the Parasite house! Okay, so it like took, I think, half the common route to get here. But yeah, we still got a ways to go. I kind of looked and I'm like, well, I got like 7 or 8 more chapters left in the common route. So the common route's kind of long, but at the same time, the chapters go kind of fast. Um, I'm aware that we've already gone like 6 hours in, but like, I don't think that's that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's going by quickly just because it's like so like, oh my god, we're having so much fun, and these fuckers are crazy. I don't know. Like, anyway, so here we go. We just got through everybody's intros, and now I guess we're still. I mean, it doesn't look like we're filming the anything right now, so we'll see. We managed to get through the first 5 minutes at least. During the commercial break, I let out a deep sigh of relief. We've only made it this far thanks to the bombastic bummer chorizo. Again, sounds like something from a restaurant. Like, I'm gonna have the bummer chorizo. Sounds amazing. Anyway, I'm surprised that this is done live. I'm not. That's a choice. I feel like. I mean, and I guess because then, oh my god, shit's gonna happen. But I think it would have been funnier if it were not live, because then you know that they'd edit it and make it look crazy and like whatever. But at the same time, I guess it'd be like, how do you write that into an Atome game? You'd probably have to write it like they did when you can tell that something's like it's on TV, like, oh, okay, this is something that happened, and then you go back to now where we're not live or not on camera, and then you go back, you have to kind of go back and forth, and they would kind of have to I feel like it might take a little bit more to kind of write that out like that, but I don't know, the live thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just because if I were watching TV, I don't want to watch like live. I want to watch the like scripted TV, but I also don't watch reality TV. So the big problem now are the introductions after the break. Everyone will be taking turns talking to the camera. I have to keep an eye on them, and hopefully nothing bad happens. Wait, they'll be filming in our rooms. Everyone, get moving! Oh, there's Peter. The commercial break's almost over. Is everyone ready? He's kind of just normie voice because I don't really like. Ready? Anyway. I like how the fucking Cupid Parasite poster is in the background. Usually what we get in other games is posters for different games that haven't been localized. Looking at you, Clock Zero. It's always in the background, and I kind of want it. What's the other one? Is it Chua no Verche? That the one? Something like that. I don't remember. That one looks really fucking good, and everybody. Okay, let's see if it happens. Everybody keeps like thinking maybe that's the secret title that we haven't been told is being like there's another secret title, and like we don't know, and maybe that's it, and everyone's hoping, and I'm kind of like with everyone kind of hoping because it just looks really good, and I just hate it when people show me games that I can't read. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1, action. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry. Well, that seems like something Peter would do. Thanks for sticking around. Now it's time for a little one-on-one with the members of Parasite House. Okay, everyone, let's get those introductions going. I could so be a bomber. Like, I could do this job. Oh my god, everyone, let's just, have a rowdy time. I don't even know what any of that means. I have to have a script, but... Anyway. And then I go home and drink and cry. Because it can't be that energetic all the time. Anyway. With Bomber Chorizo's transition, the camera turned to me. The script said the introductions would start with me, so even though I'm super nervous, I open my mouth to start to speak. I'd like to introduce myself one more time. My name's Spacey Mirror, and I'm the top bridal advisor for Cupid Corps. I see myself as a modern-day Cupid, and I want to help everyone find love. I'll do my very best over the next month. What a wonderful woman! I look forward to seeing how everyone's love lives turn out. By the way, Are you in a different room now? Oh, yes, I am. This is the room where Gil, Raoul, and Alan will be staying. Looks comfy to me. I hope they're great roomies. Next up, let's hear from the men themselves. Are they, It's Rui Botan, not Louis Vuitton. It's Rui Botan. Comforter. I was reading it. I just like the names. Are they all sharing that bed? Cause, okay. Hi, I'm Gil Lovecraft. I've just been trying to find my wife, but then out of nowhere, everyone started calling me the lovelorn parasite. It's true, I'm still in love with my college sweetheart. She still hasn't noticed me, so... Oh, wait! This is on national TV, right? Someone's got a chronic case of love-itis, huh? Just be sure you don't turn into a stalker. That's what I'm worried about. I just want to make her the happiest girl in the world. I definitely don't want to overstep my boundaries. And as long as you're like that, we will love you. But if you get creepy, stalkerish, or very possessive and weird, I'm out. Look, there's some love interests I can take it from. Some I can't. You know. Ideally, I'd like her to fall for me, but I know I should give up. That's why I'm looking for love in new places. But then she's here. The look on his face right now. After I read that and I looked up, it's like, oh God, he's glaring at me and I feel very concerned for my safety. It's like, I'm looking for love in new places, but you happen to be right here, so I'm going to kidnap you and put you in a cage. He's the one that might put me in a cage, and I don't know if I like it. Look, some of them do it, and you're like, I'll accept it from you. I don't know if I could accept it from Gil. I don't know. You know what I mean? I've gotten to the point where we can accept being put in a cage. But if Gil tries it, I'm gonna have to kick a bitch. Alan tries it? Okay, maybe. That's just your kink, I guess. There's some of them I can accept it from, but like... And I'm not saying I don't like Gil. He's adorable. But we're gonna... Again, he's still on that fence. Like, right now, like... Oh, you poor sad thing. And it's kind of adorable, and I feel bad for you. And maybe when we go down your route and you're like a little clingy, it'll be okay. You're like, you're a little clingy, but it's fine. It's okay. You know, maybe it's okay. Or maybe it's going to cross that line where I'm like, no, restraining order. I don't know. Right now, he seems fine. Sad, but fine. I'm really giving him my all, even though I wish she would finally recognize my feelings for her. He's doubling down. He must really want her. And viewers, if you're looking for devotion, its name is Gil Lovecraft. So, do you have a message for our viewers? And this is your time to shine. Huh? My time to shine? Well, I'll do all the chores and get a good job. I just want to make my love happy. I'll do whatever it takes to make you smile. That's kind of adorable. Oh, a little clingy, but still cute. Okay. Slightly problematic, but it's like a light pink flag. You're like, yeah. Anyway, I took a job with flexible hours so I could devote all my time to you. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend yet, so... Anyway, I can't really support a family right now. I'm a freelance editor, but I don't really make that much money yet. But if I can come home to my beloved, I'll take whatever job I have to. I don't need any me time. I need me time, Gil. I'm gonna need to step off. Okay, whatever, sweetie, whatever you want. Look, I'm not lying. There are moments where having a doormat like Gil around might be okay. But I might take advantage of it. I don't know if I can handle that responsibility. It's like having a dog. I have birds. I don't know if I could take care of something else like this. Oh, what about working from home? Maybe I could grow Hey, I know you're dedicated, but maybe find a job that isn't illegal. You don't want to wind up in jail, do you? Oh. Next up is Raoul. Hey, I'm Raoul Aconite. You know, the actor. I love reading ancient texts about mythology, then examining and debating them. Which is like, you think normal. You're like, okay, that's a normal hobby. I even brought a statue from my personal collection that I'd like everyone to see. Hey, camera guy, could you get a shot of it? Fucking love this fucking nerd. He's such a nerd. Oh no, I forgot about his statue. Oh, I'm sorry, but maybe I'm the crazy one. But I'd be watching this and it'd be like, this himbo nerd, I fucking love it. And I'm not into like the bro dudes, like the himbo character. I'm not, but like there is something about him that is just, you're like an actor and you're a himbo, 100%. But you are only smart in mythology and you are such a fucking nerd. It just crosses a boundary that I just didn't know that look, I wasn't expecting to love him. I was like, okay, he's gonna be like, you know, like, look, sometimes the bro dude characters, like the impy characters, right? You're like, you're cute, you're like a little him, I pat you on the head, you're nice, keep around the house, it's like a house pet. But like, I don't want to date you. We can be pals, but I don't want to date you. But I don't know. I might want to date Raoul. I don't, like, I'm here for this. I enjoy this. Because he's going to get all fucking nerdy and obsessed with his mythology, and you're just like, you're so cute when you do this. You just want to ruffle his hair. Like, look, you're so cute when you get all into reading your mythology, don't ya? Like, I don't... Look, I don't know. This game just makes me happy in, like, a weird way. I don't know. This is a statue of Neptune that I personally commissioned. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the 12 Olympians, right? They're the 12 main gods in Greek mythology. The Romans called them the DC. I don't know how to say that. Their stories are my favorite. Look at how his eyes glow and he gets blushy when he talks about it. It's so cute. I love it so much. In fact, they're the reason I got into mythology in the first place. But I like Norse, Japanese, and Egyptian myths too. There's a lot of common ground between all their myths, surprisingly. For example, lots of cultures mention a great flood, and... Wow, isn't that fascinating? Thanks for those incredible historical tidbits. As someone who is a Greek god, you'd think she'd be like, this is awesome. She's like, you're embarrassing. I'm sure you're all familiar with Raoul Aconite, the action star, but he's got a smart side, too. Only for mythology. But you know... We don't all we're not all smart at everything. Sometimes there are people like Raoul who are just really fucking stupid, probably about everything, except for what he knows everything about mythology and like barely anything about anything else. Acting. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Our himbo characters are usually like, you know, you think of like Impy, like he was really good with his engineering stuff and coming up with things. And, like, figuring out a way to go to the moon, but yet still a fucking idiot. You know? And that's why we love them. And Raoul is absolutely not the love interest I'm ever into. And yet, I really fucking am in this one. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's the nerd thing. I don't know. Something different about the freaking mythology nerd that... Anyway. So that's why he said people referred to him as the obsessed parasite. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I sure do now. Bomber's voice is kind of all over, whatever. He just can't get enough when it comes to ancient myths, and now we can't wait to hear more about it. Now, let's move on to Alan.
Hello, my friends. I'm Alan Melville. As you know, I just love girls that are in love.
And our goal is to break him of that extremely bad habit by the end of the series.
I'm also great at picking out the perfect pillow. Its length and thickness can completely change your sleeping experience.
I feel like there's innuendo in that, and that's... Okay.
So come see me. We can lay down together and find the right one for you. And if you're already in love, I'll take great care of you.
Yes, well, we're going to do our very best to fix this thieving parasite. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. That's also a Louis Vuitton. I like the colors in this room. I like the turquoise and the orange and the yellow. It's very, like, beachy. Like, you know, seaside kind of vibes. The sun and the surf and the sand. You know what I mean? Like, here we have Ryuki and Owen, Monsieur Essay's representative. Company President Shelby Snail is also here to keep an eye on them. You know, it's funny. Owen, as his representative, please fill us in on all of Monsieur Essay's positive traits.
My name's Owen Harriet, and I'm here to fully and accurately represent my client. And that's all.
Great, but could you tell us about some of his hobbies? Or his preferences when it comes to women?
His hobby is to remain SS,
His special skill is that he requires little sleep and can work for extended periods of time. Like, work or like, he can work for extended periods of times. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, ladies. I feel like absolutely that's not what Owen means, because I don't think Owen knows how to spill out innuendos at all, but as for women, he has no strong preferences. All he wants is someone who can accept his goals and help him remain SS. Okay, so what the heck is this SS thing? It means to earn SS rank. His desire is to be only the very best of the best, and he hates wasting his time on pointless activities. So it sounds like he's a pretty serious guy who cares about social standing. He wants to keep growing and advancing in life, huh? Well, I hope he's able to fall in love with someone who can help him with that someday. Now let's move on to Ryuki-kun. My full name is Ryuki F.K. Sain. Hello. He actually talked, but that might have been the worst introduction ever. Fun fact, Ryuki-kun is the youngest guy here. Anyway, on to the interview. So, do you have any hobbies or things you're into? Natto. Oh, so you like natto, a classic Japanese dish. Actually, Ryuki-kun is originally from Japan. He's come all the way to Lost York to further his career as a designer. He's got a super artistic sensibility and... as you can see, he's happy to hit you with some hydrating mist if you're looking dehydrated. Hopefully he'll reveal a few of his skincare routine secrets as the series goes on. We just handled that like a motherfucking champ. That's like Oscar-worthy right there. Okay, that concludes the introductions. Back to you, Bomber. Sure thing. Thanks, girl. Well, we've certainly got a unique bunch of bros here, but I'm sure there's plenty more to learn about each of them. Next up, let's explore some of their other charms. I'm talking about muscles, a must for any hunter on the prowl. Huh? That was unexpected. Out of nowhere, Bomber had improvised a segue into a totally different segment. For whatever reason, the guys all decided to follow his lead and started taking off their clothes to show off their muscles. Oh my god, there better be a CG of this. There better be... Oh, thank you. Wow, looks like none of you have been skipping leg or arm day. Look at those fantastic muscles. Okay, but the unfortunate thing is Bomber's face is covering up Ryuki. But like, I'm just, look, if you're gonna tell me that, like, let's see that, take your clothes off. I better see that. God, I hope nobody hears me say this. I was hoping the Bomber face would go away, but, oh, there we go. I have to make sure I'm always presentable for the ladies after all. Here we go. Is Shelby getting down over there in the right? Oh my god, are we gonna pan over? I need to see everybody. Everyone. Like, I love the fact that, like, Gil actually took his shirt off and is now like, ah, what was I doing? And Ryuki's like, fine, whatever, everyone else is. Maintaining the health of your body is a minimum requirement. I'm sorry, but I don't work out. But he still looks good. I mean, seriously, Gil, seriously. I'm just, look. I'm not trying to be lewd, but, like, Gil doesn't, like, normally you're like, okay, he's the one who doesn't work out, and he's like that, but he actually whatever, you don't work out? Okay. That's okay, Gil, you got that whole skinny cute thing going on. Stick with what works for you. Actually, I feel like Ryuki's more the skinny cute one. Like, he's very, like, trim, and not, Gil has more muscle than Ryuki does. I'm just saying, like, is skinny cute. Owen, why aren't you bearing it all? If you recall, I'm merely a representative. Well, even as a representative, you can't hold back. Show us what you got and charm the socks off everyone. Seriously, show us what you got, Owen. Oh my god. I'm afraid there isn't much to show. Unlike the president, I don't exercise at all. Seriously, Owen, show me what you got, god damn it. Oh, you mean President Snail? You saying he lifts? He swims every single day in order to stay in shape. I'm like, wow! Wow, he sounds pretty dedicated. It's my duty as a responsible business owner. Well, then I guess we'll just have to ask Mr. President himself to strip down. Bomber has got us all. He is our wingman. What? It's the Parasite 5, not the Parasite 4. We need a complete set. For the sake of the show, it's time to show some muscle. I really just want Owen to take his top off too. Come on, look, do it for me. Well, I suppose I don't have a choice. Okay, can we switch CGs? I need to see. There you go. Oh, you knew that. Oh, hi. Hello. Keep going. Wow, someone's really on their grind. I'm talking muscles on muscles. I mean, hi. Like, this game. Okay. Now, what about our great Raoul Aconite? Hey, cameraman, let's get a sneak peek. There's our himbo. There is our himbo. Posing. I just knew it. Our own Sillywood action star Raoul Aconite has it all. But what's with that pose? He's posing like an Olympian. That's what he's gonna say. But also, like, he's totally he was like, clothes off, posing. Look at me doing my Olympian poses. Yeah. I imagine this is what the gods of Mount Olympus do. Yeah. God, he's such a fucking himbo. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh my god. It's pancration. What's it? Pancration. It's an ancient Greek sport similar to wrestling or boxing. I suppose you could call it a martial art. Pancration. In fact, ancient Grecian pottery often depicted scenes of it. You should check out a museum if you're interested. Actually, there are many theories about the origins of pancration. In fact, they say Theseus used it on the Minotaur. You remember Theseus, right? King of Athens, and according to some, son of a... Is it Aegeus? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm not good with my Greek mythology and knowing everyone's name. Anyway, though they say the hero was sired by Poseidon. Whoa, okay, martial arts, got it. So, how's everyone else's exercise going? No, but go back. We couldn't see because you were in the way.
I don't have a particular routine, although I do like getting a good workout in bed.
Someone's oozing sex appeal. What about you, Ryuki? I just love how the fact that the CG is just here forever, and we're just panning over, and then we're going back, and we're panning over, and we just get to oogle. This is great! Best CG in the game!
I stretch only as much as necessary. There's no beauty in exercising until you sweat. I do Pilates and spend time in the sauna to stimulate my lymph nodes. That's more than enough.
That's still a lot. You're pretty committed in your own way.
Everyone else is working so hard. I have to do the same. Plus, if I get stronger, I can better protect her.
I mean, seriously, look at Gil. Okay. Why is it not? Oh, because he wasn't done talking and I couldn't hide the thing. I mean, can we... Gil, there is... If that is what I don't work out looks like, then I must, like, what am I doing? I'm, like, doing the complete... I, like, don't work out way less than that. I don't even know. Like, seriously, stop it. Get out of here, game.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get jacked by the end of the show.
In 5 episodes? It's a month?
Very nice, Gil. Looks like you're giving it your all.
Woo! Everyone cheering.
Now let's get down to business. Ho! Looks like that's all we have for time. That's all the time we have for today. Too bad.
I'm sorry, but could you go back? We didn't get to stare at Shelby and fucking Raoul long enough. Thank you very much.
This concludes the first installment of Parasite House. What'd you think, dear viewer? Over the next month, you'll get to watch these boys try and find their perfect match. Let's see how much they've grown next week. Hope to see you then. For now, this is Bomber Chorizo signing off. Bye-bye.
I like the little thing that went across. Oh, God. Oh, God, I gotta do the bomber voice often. That's gonna hurt me, but I love it. Oh, hi. You're still just topless, aren't you? Okay. I mean, don't mind me. And he's like, what are you looking at? Nothing. I'm looking at something. Hi. They're all just standing there shirtless. I'm totally fine with this. Except for Peter, of course.
Hey, are you guys okay? You can act normal now. We're off the air.
I understand that, but I'm only now realizing what just happened. Shelby's like, all right, strip down. What did I do?
Like, why did we undress?
What's wrong with that? You strip down when you need to get your measurements right.
Right. You know, in ancient Greece, everyone went completely nude when they wanted to exercise.
Does he have a fucking mole on his... Look at him! Right under his man boob. It's not even a man boob, right? But he got a mole. Like, that attention to detail game was like, let's just put one boop right there. Oh my god, and he... I'm just gonna need you to look lower at the bottom of the screen. Like, what? Is it? Girl, what? What are you... Look. It wasn't just like, okay, let's draw a man body and give him like fucking like 12 pack over here. He's got fucking like several cases going on. But it's like, okay, we're gonna put a little mole right there on his chest. Okay, and then right down here, the belly will just, oh, scandalous. I love it though. Like, seriously, bravo for attention to detail. They were like, how many people are going to notice this? I'm going to bet everybody who plays this game and sees this notice, because at some point everyone's like, hi, I'm going to need the camera to go a little bit lower. But also they're wearing pants, so it's not inappropriate. But I cannot believe this is everything. Did you know that you needed just all of them topless together like this? Just...
I'm always naked whenever I share my dreams with a lucky partner.
Right. But we don't want any of you catching a cold, so maybe you could put your clothes back on now? Shut up, Spacey! Right. I do like the fact that they gave them all different body types in a way. Like, even though they all look fucking amazing, it's like Ryuki's a little bit thinner. Shelby still is muscular, but he's thicker muscular. And then Raul is like, actually, you can all the fuck, jab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, okay, we took basically one body type and just slapped different heads on them. They're all like at least drawn slightly differently, even though they're all like physically fucking perfect. Not a single ounce of fat in the mix. Even freaking Gil was like, "Oh, you're skinny cute," and it's like, "That's skinny cute." You okay? You know what I mean? But like, yeah. I mean, you know, in every single Otome game, all the women are perfect and all the men are going to be goddamn perfect. Okay, but it's like they're all like, it's not like, oh, well, he's slightly more. They're just. I feel like they're a little bit more different. Like most other games, if they showed the love interest topless, it's like, well, he might have a little bit more muscle, but it's basically, here's the stock shape that we have, and maybe we slightly change it, but it's not like this has a little bit more difference in it, you know? So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't stop with the topless men in my head, I guess. I don't know. Well, the guys were getting dressed. I pulled out my phone to see what people were saying about the first episode. Let's see. Search for Parasite House. Parasite House lets me watch Raoul Aconite whenever I want to. I love it. Look at him. He looks so good. Oh, seriously? It's actually getting a lot of hits. Apparently a famous Instagrammer had live streamed the whole thing. Now Instagram was full of posts talking about the show. Parasite House is so friggin' awesome. Ryuki is so cool. The advisor probably doesn't know what to do. Ha ha ha. I love how they put a fucking bow on him. He looks so beautiful with the bow, though. It's so precious. I love it. Raoul was born to be on TV, and that one girl definitely knows how to play off him. And that one girl, me? Oh my god. Oh, look at him a little blushing. Oh, that was when he was talking about his mythology. Wow, it's way more popular than I expected. It was probably thanks to Raoul being on the show. Having a famous actor is good for viewership, it turns out. Raoul was getting the most mentions, but I saw plenty of posts talking about the other members, too. There he is. Oh my god, look at how, like, ghastly white he is, but it's, like, beautiful. Thieving Parasite? What the heck? I'm starting to wonder about that pillow place. Gil is so dang cute. I wish I could experience that kind of romance myself. Like, he's so awkward. It's so cute. I love it. Are you checking... Oh, are you checking people's reactions to the show? Mr. Snail! I can't wait to see someone's reaction to him. Show me. I looked up to see the president walking toward me as he finished buttoning up his shirt. I mean, he had to take off his jacket, and then his vest, and then his tie, and then his shirt. And I'm really hoping there's suspenders holding those pants up, because, like, that's the whole shebang right there. But, like, here, check it out. It looks like we left a pretty good impression. Wow, you're right. I'm glad to see it. Although we've still got a lot of work ahead of us. Oh, what a relief. I was so nervous during the episode, I barely even remember what I said. You're probably better off that way. Just then, I heard someone's phone ring. I assumed it was Alan as usual, but I was in for a bit of a surprise. Hello? What is it, sis? You saw me on TV? I see. Well, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Oh, is that his sister? Ryuki seemed a little more open while he was on the phone with his sister. They must have a pretty good relationship. She's gonna be gorgeous. That's right, his profile sheet did mention he had an older sister. I was thinking that might be a good topic of conversation with Ryuki when I suddenly heard a loud yawn right next to me. Spacey can't read a yawn without actually yawning. Oh, fuck, it's still stuck in there. I'm sorry. It's like I did it, and then a little bit of a yawn, and then it was like, bitch, we ain't done. Oh, God. About time for some shut-eye, don't you think? Yeah, look how late it is. It's already Cinderella time. Staying up past this is bad for your skin, since that's when most growth hormones are released. Yawn again. I can't do it. Oh, God, fuck. I'm gonna... Yeah, and now that the stress of the day is past, I'm getting sleepy, too. I just want to see all three of them in the, like, puppy pile in the bed just spooning each other, and just, like, it's gonna be funny. They had a point. I was practically asleep on my feet. The show would run past midnight, which was pretty late for me. Let's call it a day for now, and we can reflect on how things went tomorrow. Here's the eye from Gil. Oh, fuck. Thanks, everyone. Oh, I already emailed you, but we have another workshop tomorrow at the Cupid Core office. Please don't be late. 1 p.m. sharp, right? I won't forget. Yeah, it's a seminar to discuss previously unknown Greek mythology, right? No, it's a workshop on asking women out and good first dates. The instructor's coming in again, so don't blow it off. I'm looking forward to it. And good night, everyone. Like, don't be late! We're all gonna have to go. I mean, I still have to go to my job, I guess. And good night, Spacey. Everyone went their separate ways. One went for a bath, another went to drink in the living room. Just do as they please. I guess that's fine, though. At least it means I don't have to look after them all the time. I barely managed to hold back a yawn. As I was about to head to my room, someone grabbed my arm from behind. Spacey. I heard a voice that actually sounded kind of nervous. I turned around to find Alan standing there. Alan? Is everything okay? I was surprised to find him apparently at a loss for words. He just smiled at me suggestively. Can we talk for a second? Oh, is he going to admit what he is? I want to show you something. I bet you do! It's probably not anything inappropriate, but... Huh? Wait, what are you... It's okay, just go with it. He brought me to my bedroom and tossed me onto my bed, and then... What? Wait, what the heck? Like, hi, it's pretty. Like, it's a pretty CG. That's her hand. I'm like, his arms around us. Oh, hi. Waiting for me was the softest pillow I'd ever felt. What the heck? This pillow, it fits the shape of my head perfectly. Ah, so you noticed. It's filled with the highest quality down money can buy. I brought it with me hoping I'd get to share it with you. So, what do you think?
Feels nice, doesn't it?
You're talking about the pillow, right? I like how her hair is just like down now instead of up. He like was like, let me rip your hair down and then like throw you in bed. Although her hair, it looks like she's holding her hair thing.
Of course. What else?
Alan snickered softly, then ran his fingers through my hair. He's not wrong. The pillow really is surprisingly comfortable. But still, he threw me on the bed and then started hovering over me with no chance for me to escape. It felt like a cheap trick.
Well, you didn't answer my question.
I can't really concentrate on the pillow itself. Maybe you should get off me.
Oh, but I need to double check it to make sure the fit is right. I need to make sure it's lifting your shoulders and the angle of that cute little chin of yours. If your face is at a weird angle instead of being parallel to the ceiling, then that could be bad.
Then you really do need to move, right? How else can you tell if I'm parallel?
Oh, when I'm looking directly at you like this, I can definitely tell.
Alan narrowed his eyes the tiniest amount and took my chin in his hand. I couldn't deny the allure of the way he moved his fingers. My heart skipped a beat. It's kind of funny because we're not even in his route, but it's like, I feel like, because nobody else has these flirty moments with you, this is like the second one he's had. He's not really the final route. He is the final route before you unlock quote unquote secret route, i.e. Peter, but I'm really sad it's not Owen. Really should be Owen. But like I understand that Owen is supposed to be like on Mars's side, so like whatever. Still mad about that. Hashtag forever mad. Sorry.
Pound sand, Grandma's pissed.
But in the end, I didn't need to worry. Nothing happened. He really was just measuring the angle of my chin. The heck is going on? Even though a man had just come in and thrown me down on the bed, I didn't feel like I was in any danger. The romance movies Aunt Minerva had shown me had scenes just like that. Watching those moments always made my heart race. And yet, this was completely different from that. Oh, my neck hurts. The way he was touching me was romantic, but the expression on his face was like a technician making a detailed measurement. It was obvious he wasn't trying to make a move on me. There was simply no way to misunderstand the situation at this point. After all, he's the thieving parasite, right? He only goes for girls that are already in love. But just because of the way he acts, women must think he's hitting on them anytime he touches them in any way. I wouldn't actually be you could touch me anyway. What? Nothing. I really would like him to get off me now, though. I turned my gaze back to him and noticed that he'd inched just a bit closer. What are you doing?
I'm trying to help you relax so you can get a good night's sleep.
He gave a small laugh and kissed my ear playfully. His touch tickled, and I couldn't stop myself from squirming a bit. Seeing my reaction, Alan began grinning from ear to ear. Damn you, Alan. Of course, the thieving parasite had plenty of experience with women. I was sure he'd done this exact same thing to other members. But I'm his advisor, and a goddess to boot. I wasn't about to let him toy with me that easily. Okay, I'm getting how great the pillow is. Now can you please get out? I have to get up early tomorrow.
Hey, do you actually have experience with this kind of thing?
I'm sorry? I'm not so naive to have no idea what he was talking about. I had heard all about stuff like this in college. But as far as direct experience goes, I can't say that I do. I was always so busy connecting others, I never thought about myself. There was just too much to do. I couldn't get sidetracked. Besides, I'm Cupid. I neither need nor desire anything like that.
Wow, so you're a virgin, huh?
You didn't even let me answer.
I didn't have to. I can tell just by looking at you.
What a shame. It feels incredible.
Have you considered sleeping with one of the Parasite 5? And not including me, of course.
What?
I mean, I'm only interested in being with someone else's lover, so naturally you don't interest me.
And yet, look at the way you're like...
What about Kill? Climb into his bed right after taking a shower and it's a done deal. Maybe you should give that a try.
He just kept spouting ridiculous nonsense like that, so I smacked him on the forehead. Ow! Where do you come up with crap like that?
Thought I've been pretty clear about what I'm into this entire time.
Alan rubbed his forehead in annoyance and finally climbed off of me. He stood beside my bed. I glared at him and got under my covers. Yeah, you have, and it's my job to fix that. Anyway, it's late, so please go back to your own room. It really was late. I've always been an early riser, and I could feel my eyelids getting heavier and heavier. I can't deny how nice this pillow feels, though. I noticed just how soft and fluffy it was, and I couldn't resist its attempts to draw me into slumber. I just got a new pillow, because, like, the ones I've had for, like, 7 years were just, like, so flat, and it's like, it hurts. Like, I'm loving it. Like, the first couple of nights, you're like, oh my god, because, like, it's so thick, you're like, is my head supposed to be at this angle? But, like, man, it's so much nicer to have a fluffy pillow than, like, a flat one. Ugh. The one I really wanted, I was like, I want to try this pillow, but they, like, only had the display one at the first Target we went to, and the second one didn't have it, and I was like, but I want this foamy pillow. I don't have it. I wonder what the price was. So I just got, like, the cheap-ass, like, $10 fucking pillow. Like, this is what I already have. I'm just gonna get the same damn one, but, like, a new version. It's nice. But it's awkward because, like, it's a, like, trying to jam this big fluffy pillow into your pillowcase. It's like, it doesn't quite fit. Oops. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm just too sleepy. Good night. Be ready for the workshop tomorrow. Climbed into bed with all our clothes and makeup on. That was the last thing I managed to say before falling into a deep sleep. You just fell asleep with Alan in your room. I don't know if I trust that. You're going to wake up with him on top of you, snuggling you. Date week begins! Oh, we finally have a choice in this one. Okay. The next morning, I woke up early to make breakfast for everyone, but upon arriving at the living room, I smelled something delicious. Oh, good morning. You could have slept in a bit more. Gil, did you make breakfast? Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to cook for you. You said you like bread pudding, right? I'll whip some up, so just wait a minute. As he said that, Gil brought over a pot of coffee he'd apparently just finished brewing. Here you go. It's nice and fresh. Feel free to have as much as you like. Thank you, but I don't mind helping out, you know. We used to be roommates, but right now I'm the advisor and Gil's my client. I had planned on cooking for my roommates as long as the show was going. It's okay. I like doing stuff like this. For you. But only you, but I'll do it for everybody else if you want me to. Look, I'm just ad-libbing because it's Gil. I usually cook for one, and I don't get to cook for others very often. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I mean, a man who can cook is a plus, so... Gil smiled brightly as he continued preparing breakfast in the kitchen. I wonder why exactly Gil can't get married. Any woman would gladly date a guy as devoted as this. Still, as good as he is at entertaining, his lost love keeps interfering with him finding a new love. Exactly. Lovelorn Parasite. I remember back when Clarice, Gil, and I lived as roommates. He always looked anxious whenever Clarice was there in the morning. He seemed fine when Clarice stayed out all night, but if she was there in the morning, he'd act really nervous. He's acting nervous because he doesn't want her interfering. Gil might be trying to hide it, but I think this lost love involves Clarice. I have to try and use today's workshop to help him move forward. I want him to find love again. While I was lost in my thoughts, the door to the living room opened and everyone came rushing in.
Morning! Hey, that smells good!
Do we have any miso soup? We should. Owen was supposed to take care of all the supplies yesterday. Check that drawer there. So, did everyone sleep well last night? He's like, you have to stay in the guest room. Shelby has his own room. I like a baby. The beds here are exquisite. And quality bedding is essential for a good night's sleep. Maybe, but if you don't get enough hours, the quality of sleep doesn't matter. I noticed you left quite early this morning. No, yeah, I don't typically sleep that long. I like to go running to gather my thoughts for the coming day. Sorry if I woke you. It's funny because it's Shelby's house, but he's sharing his bedroom with other people.
No, you didn't bother me. But can we do something about Owen's weird alarm? That did annoy me a bit.
What kind of alarm could it be? It's frickin' Mars calling him.
Ryuki and Mr. Snail seem to be getting along quite well.
Their conversation was surprisingly natural. That's like the ship we didn't know we needed to sail. So they're getting along quite well. Wait a minute. Look, I'm going to ship me with all of them, but also if we're going to gay ship them on the side, it's like Mr. Snail and Ryuki. Shelby and Ryuki. That's an interesting pair.
Both are shouldering the weight of a company or a brand, different as they may be. Perhaps that's why they get along. Wow, everyone's up and at it. Breakfast is almost ready, so take a seat.
Gil and Raoul, absolutely. Because they're both fucking weirdos in just different ways. Like, he's the awkward, shy, oh god, no. And then Raoul's like super hyper. Like, yeah, no, it's perfect. I love it. You can't ship Alan with anybody. He's like the one that's like thieving the other in the dreams, and it's fine.
Sorry. I have a meeting, so I'll grab some breakfast while I'm out.
I need to get to work as well, so if you'll excuse me.
You don't eat breakfast, Mr. Snail?
Oh, this is plenty.
Mr. Snail took a jelly drink from the fridge and downed it in a matter of seconds.
Jelly drink? Ugh, that sounds horrifying.
He did it in one practice movement, which made me think it was his usual breakfast meal.
I'll be counting on you to coach them well again today, Spacey.
Well, I'd better get going. I should be back in time for lunch. They're both gone already. Gil's such a good cook. It's a shame they didn't get a chance to try it. I'd hoped they could at least have a quick bite. As I was lost in thought, I noticed an unusual odor. What's that smell? Natto.
So this is that fabled food natto. I know a lot of actresses that eat it, so I've been curious about it, but boy, does it stink! It also looks horrifying. Just the consistency is like, oh. I mean, it's not the stickiness, because like you're like honey or peanut butter sticky, but there's just something about it that just sound like, I don't know. It's one of those divisive things where people are like, it's like, you either love it or you're like, get it away! I don't know. I was gonna try it, but I'll pass. Oh, but can I get some miso soup? I've always wanted to try some authentic Japanese food.
Despite Raoul's apparent excitement, Gil seemed to be frowning. Wait, and then who's gonna eat the bread pudding? And not me. Bread makes you fat. What?
Does miso soup pair well with bread pudding?
Of course it does not.
And then hard pass.
Oh, well, okay.
Poor Gil! We're gonna date other boys and like crush his heart. And now he's like, I made breakfast for everyone, and everybody is having everything but what he made, crushing him. Oh, Gil, you poor fucking thing. Everybody's just busting you, aren't they? Oh.
I'll have some. Thank you, Gil. Great. As long as you like it, it's all worthwhile. Here, let me get you a plate.
Yeah, he only made it for us anyway. Didn't give a shit about anybody else.
Gil radiated relief as he went back into the kitchen. Beside me were two guys eating a classic Japanese-style breakfast,
And we're having bread pudding. I don't know what bread pudding is, but it doesn't. It just sounds questionable.
Alan had gone out to eat. Owen, possibly feeling a little apprehensive, said he'd buy his own breakfast later.
He had a weird alarm because he's meeting with Mars about sabotaging our show. Thanks for the food. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for an acting lesson.
I have to head out too. I've got a few new pieces I need to deliver. Gil was still in the kitchen as Raoul and Ryuki got up to leave for work. So obvious that they don't have a cooperative bone in their bodies. Will it really be possible to get to the finale with a share house like this? It'll be a miracle if we manage to complete this month together.
Still, it should help them find love, sorry. After all, marriage itself is all about two people with different values making a life together. Not always different values. Some of them should be the same, you know? Like, okay, and here's the breakfast bread pudding. Thank you, Gil. If they can become more cooperative, it'll definitely help their search for love. I have to give it my all with today's workshop. As I tried to hype myself up, I spooned bites of bread pudding into my mouth. The fluffy, sticky texture mixed together with the delightful flavor on my palate. I couldn't help but smile. Phew, and now I have loads of dishes to clean. After everyone left, we're Gil. God, I don't know why I was reading it normal. After everyone left for work, I started washing the dishes on my own. I never imagined I'd live with her again. I washed all the dishes and recalled her expressions as she ate. Wow. And nobody but her ate my cooking, so I'll probably be eating leftovers for lunch. But I was so happy I didn't even care. When her cheeks puff out like that, I can tell she's really enjoying her food. I'm so glad I know my way around a kitchen. But she still doesn't notice my feelings for her, just like always. Spacey is the same as she was in college. She's aware of other people's love, but doesn't notice anything aimed at her. She always seems totally disinterested, as if love isn't an option for her too. She always thinks about others, but never herself. She's different like that. She's not like other girls. And maybe that's why I can't get her out of my head. Even when she was being hit on, she always assumed those guys were just using her to get to Claris. And he hasn't. She's like, he must be in love with Claris, like every other guy that ever hit on me. And then he's like, she always thinks everyone's on. Oh, maybe put the pieces together, Gil. It was nice seeing those guys strike out, of course. But it sucks that she never noticed my feelings either. You could just tell her, Spacey, I'm in love with you. Instead, he was like, notice me! And it just, you can't just expect someone who's oblivious to notice you. You have to basically be like, hello, are you looking at me? I'm in love with you. I don't know how much clearer I need to make it. And when she's like, oh, so what you mean is Claris? No, you. Like, he's just standing there with like a sign. I love you, and we can't read. You know? Still, I can't give up on her, and it's causing all kinds of problems. I'm sure she just hasn't experienced love for herself. Okay, I don't hate Gil. Gil was the one that concerned me. Like, just, you know, whatever, but I kind of love him. Again, his route could change. But I'm leaning more on the, like, okay, he's gonna be a little clingy and needy, but, like, not in a bad way. You know, so far he seems fine. Like, he's a little sad. Like, I don't want to say pathetic. It's like, but it's a little, like, sweetie, oh. But it's, because it's us, it's cute. If it was somebody who treated him like shit, you'd be like, let it go, man! But it's an Otome game, so you're like, oh, it's kind of cute. You're just, like, kind of obsessed. It's a little weird, but it's okay. We'll get over it. It's just how they do it in his route. Is he going to get worse and creepy and throw me in a cage? Because then, like, bitch. But I don't think I'm going to like it. Like, Gil seems, like, kind of sweet and adorable. But I don't think I'm going to like it if he sticks me in a cage. Hopefully she'll realize what she's missing someday. Then maybe I'll stand a chance. It's going to be really hard to go through 2 other routes with him pining over you, then do his route, and then be like, oh, okay, now I'm on to 2 other things. 3, actually, but maybe that's why Claris always looks so disgusted with me, because I've always been like this. But I can't help it. I've fallen so hard for her. I just can't give up these feelings. Oh, you poor, pathetic thing. So I shouldn't even say that, but it is like, at some point you have to let go of the pining and move on. But as 1 o'clock rolled around, amazingly, the Parasite 5 all showed up at the workshop suite together. Somehow they managed to follow directions when it comes to meeting up, even the one that's just a representative. I could all use their jobs as an excuse to skip out, and yet here they were. If they could just fix their bad habits, they'd have no problem finding partners, but they've still got a long, hard road ahead. Ryuki's lost in another skincare routine. Alan's on the phone as usual. Raoul had his nose buried in another one of those thick books of his. I assumed it was something about mythology again. I think I made the right call asking them to arrive an hour before the instructor. Sorry, when she's like, Raoul's got his nose buried in another thick book, I really heard Draco Malfoy in fucking Harry Potter being like, I didn't know you could read. She's like, Raoul can read? Obviously, but it's just because he's kind of a himbo. I'm sorry. Like, I can't not make fun of him. I love him so much, though. I decided to sit down and talk with them in the meantime. I wanted to revisit their expectations for marriage. Hello, everyone. Before we start today's workshop, I'd like to have a quick interview with you. An interview? You can ask me anything. Well, what I really want to ask you about is why you want to get married. Whenever we talk, I ask them what their ideal married life looks like or what they want to get out of it. But I still haven't really figured out why each of them wants to get married. And until I know that, I can't really advise them. If you'd rather not answer in front of the others, we can sit down and talk one-on-one. How does that sound? Maybe because my tone was more serious than they were used to, they all looked around at each other nervously. I have nothing to hide. I just want to meet girls that are already in love. If that's really true, then it's a violation of our contract and we'll have to terminate your membership. Wait a second. I was just kidding, okay? Jeez, you're so scary today. Because this is really important. Why did each of you choose to become a Cupid Core member? It's not like our services are cheap. Many of our members are affluent, to say the least. Well, the funny thing is about, Alan, I just want to meet girls that are already in love, but we're going to set you up with girls who aren't in love. You should work here. And then, use the computer system and then meet the girls that are already in love. You know what I mean? That should be your thing. You should be Owen, basically. So normally, when someone signs up, they're serious about finding a lifelong partner. Bing. I'd say you know what I hate about this is look, there are 5 boys except for it's Owen, and we really actually can't have Owen. Look, I'm still going with he's part of the package deal, and Mars is going to have to take a fucking hike. You can't keep Owen, he's mine. I looked straight at each of them in turn. Gil was the first one to speak. Around Christmas time, I was walking down the street by myself, and suddenly I just felt so pitiful. I realized I had to change. Seeing all those couples walking around in the beautiful lights, I wanted to stop carrying around my 2-year-old baggage. So it's only been 2 years. Okay. I want to spend my holidays like them. We could make a feast together, exchange presents. And that's why I'm here. He genuinely wants to fall in love, and he was like, I'm going to try. And then we're like, hey, I'm going to be your advisor. And he's like, well, that's going to ruin everything. Thanks, great. So that's why. Even knowing what a hopeless romantic Gil is, I was still genuinely surprised. But he did give it his all back in college, too. It sounds like he may be experiencing the crystallization effect from Stendhal's de l'Amour. Stendhal's de l'Amour? This effect refers to how when you think of someone when they're not around, your feelings grow stronger. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? But it can't replace the real thing, so you create an idealized image in your mind and fall in love with that instead. Every single one of us with our 2D husbandos, right? Because they're not real. So we're like, they're the perfect partner. I know he tried to put me in a cage and stab me, but minor details. In order to reverse that crystallization, you just need to meet with the person you've been idolizing. Wait, but didn't Gil see Clarice just the other day? Maybe it's too brief for it to have an effect. No, it's not gonna fix him. We're right here. I never imagined I'd see you again. I didn't even know where you ended up working. So not only does she know I'm using an agency, but she's my advisor on top of that.
And she's even more beautiful than I remember.
I love how just like overtly in love with us he is. It's
Even more beautiful than you remember.
You're amazing, Gil. I never got that serious about marriage. Not even once.
But Raoul will absolutely fall head over heels for us because we're a god and he loves that shit.
Huh? And then why are you here, Raoul?
I'm just doing this as research for my next movie. I got permission from Cupid specifically for that.
Oh, really? So you have no intention of getting married?
Well, if I were to actually learn what love is, I guess we could take it from there.
He's just so adorable. Look, he's got the slight little almost blush, but not really. And it's just like, it's too pretty. Stop it. What about you, Ryuki? I know it's a personal question, but why did you join?
To be completely honest, my sister signed me up without telling me.
She did?
She used a marriage service herself. She said if I wanted to become a truly first-rate designer, I had to get married. My grandmother said that she agreed, and so here we are.
So Ryuki's sister and grandmother, who's in charge of the Keisai Inn brand, are basically forcing him to participate. I'd always wondered why he was so diligent about coming to these meetings, and now it had become clear. So then, you're not actually interested in getting married?
Not at all. I don't see how it benefits me. But my sister says I'll always be a mediocre designer if I don't understand love. And my grandmother would never insist that I do something if it were a waste of time.
Just as I thought, he's not actually interested in marriage yet. I can't say it was that surprising, though. Ryuki's only 19 years old, after all. If anything, it was impressive that he'd keep coming to these meetings in the first place. But he still had room to grow. So, Owen, I know Monsieur Essay has relayed his stance on marriage to you, but could you remind me, in your own words?
I'm sorry. Based on the details of our contract, I'm not able to do that.
I think Monsieur Essay is my biggest hurdle at the moment. I just don't have any way to come up with a plan for him. You're up last, Alan. You said you were joking earlier, right? So what's your real reason?
Couldn't I just want to get married like any normal guy?
Sure, that's fine, but I don't get any sense of urgency from you. You don't seem motivated at all.
You noticed, huh?
So, are you actually serious about marriage?
I am, really. I do want to get married, but you know my preference in women. I don't know what else to do, which is why I came here.
If you don't mind my asking, did something happen in your past that led to this preference of yours?
Not particularly. There was one girl a long time ago that was like family to me, before she was taken away.
Could that be why his preferences took such a weird turn? Was that us? Remember? Because we were like, I don't remember anything, and now I'm like, and I got raised by Mars, and like, I don't have parents. They stole us away, and we don't remember. I'm just saying, look, there's some shit going on, so who knows? One of the things I learned during college is that traumatic experiences can give birth to abnormal desires.
I get that, which is why I was hoping you could show us the wonder of being in love.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
The wonder of love. I'd love to be able to teach them that. After all, I'm supposed to be the goddess of love, right? But now that I think about it, I don't personally know what makes love so wonderful. I'd always seen matchmaking as part of my job. I've never actually fallen in love for myself. I'm Cupid, the goddess of love. That's why I bring people together. I mean, it would make sense. 'Cause like a succubus is the person who like feeds off, like takes it from you, and an incubus actually is supposed to, don't they like incubate the feelings of love? That's why he likes women who are taken, because you know what I mean? Like they're not like succubus, they steal it from you. Incubus like brings it out in you. So like it would make sense, because he said someone was taken away, if we were actually an incubus ourselves, because and we were stolen away because, oh, the goddess of love should be able to make people love each other, and then Incubus kind of like inspires those feelings. You know what I mean? Although and that's why he likes women who are already in love. He's not taking that feeling. He's just, I mean, like in actual mythology, like I feel like Gil's a little special exception here, but like that would make sense. You know what I mean? Like you could be like Cupid, okay, she's not a goddess, she's actually an incubus, which is why she can like make people fall in love. She gives people those feelings. You know what I mean? She'd be good at matching things up. That would make sense. So, all right, we go find that out. All right, okay. So anyway, I realized I was so caught up in the idea that people had to fall in love, I never stopped to ask what love actually was. Spacey? Sorry. I guess I was lost in thought. So, you want to know what makes love so great, right? Okay then, I'm gonna teach you. Maybe I've never known love, but I've been Cupid for eons and seen countless people fall in love. I'm sure it'll be fine. But it was not fine. But I guess now I understand why none of them are all that interested in marriage. Gil just wants to forget an old flame. Ryuki's being forced by his family, and Raoul says he's just researching a role. Well, sure, Essay is doing it for his job, but that's still a mystery. Alan knows his fetish is a problem, but isn't trying to fix it. The wonder of love. Up until now, I've just been connecting people who seem compatible. This might be a tougher problem than I realized. Helping people fall in love, guiding them to marriage, and making sure the relationship lasts, that's a whole lot of hard work. But I have to do it. Otherwise, what right do I have to call myself Cupid? With renewed determination, I turned back to the Parasite 5.
So the statue of
Ekaterina?
Ekaterina II was dressed according to Greek myths. They say it was just for fun, but I have a different theory.
I knew it. Gil, your skin is completely dehydrated. What? Do you have some machine that can tell how dry your skin is? I didn't know anything like that existed.
Everyone was just doing whatever they wanted. So the instructor will be here in about 10 minutes. If you need to go to the bathroom, please do so now.
Forget that. I want to keep talking about mythology. Can we push things back a little bit?
We have far more important business than that today. As we were arguing back and forth, the instructor arrived. Perfect timing. Okay, so, is this what's-her-face again? Well then, now when it comes to building a good day plan, I feel like Miss Tyner is just fucking Mars with like a hat on, and she's like, why does it look familiar? Miss Tanner looks different. Miss Tanner has a beard, girl. What the fuck? Anyway, I just want you to imagine Mars with like a bow in his hair and like maybe a pair of glasses and in a dress with like a cardigan, you know, like a dress with like a very high button-up collar and a cardigan on, just like a long schoolmarm dress. You've got it. You got the picture in your head. That's it. That's what we're seeing. And we're like, why does he a little bit of lipstick make him look pretty? A little bit of blush. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here, and we will continue with that wonderful image in the next part. So I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.